welcome again, Gwen Lawrence, and today we're going to talk about the top three, very hard for me to choose three, but I did, the top three yoga stretches for pitchers today. We're going to do each one for 2 minutes. Know that in time you can do them longer, but at least let's try and get that 2-minute stretch going. So the first one we're going to do is a really great one for pitchers. Even though you pitch on one side of your body, it's really important to me and my Power Yoga for Sports system, as you have read, seen, heard before, is balance and symmetry of the body. So even though you pitch with one arm, you want to make sure you do this stretch on both sides to keep the spine, the back, strong, supple, healthy in all directions. But what we're going to do is the face down shoulder stretch on my right side first. So I'm going to turn this way so you can see a little bit better. And you're going to start by lying down on your belly, okay? And extending the right arm out. Now, as you can see, that middle finger is right in line with my eyes. My arm is not up here, my arm is not down there. There are two versions of this for pitchers. We're going to do one today, but add to your repertoire and write it down for your pre-game, post-game stretching, the other version, which I'll tell you when we're done. But you're going to extend the arm out. It's really important your palm is flat, fingers spread. Your left hand is palm flat, right under your left shoulder like a push-up, so your elbow's in the sky. See my elbow back there? Now, I'm looking at you, but for this one, you're going to rest on your right ear. So if you're stretching your right shoulder, you're resting on your right ear. Okay, and then you're going to slowly roll it over until that foot touches the ground. So your left hand is working hard, pushing you. Right arm is strong and straight. And hold. Keep pushing with that left hand or use it for support. Try to get so deep and open here that that left butt cheek will touch the floor. Fifteen seconds, go a little deeper. Slowly come out of it onto your stomach. You could just come into a little sphinx in between. So I'm going to be able to face you this time so you don't feel like you're alone when we do the other side. You're going to extend the left arm out. So look first. Make sure the left middle finger is in line with your eyes. Once you're sure of that, left palm is flat, fingers spread, rest on your left ear. Okay, stretching the left side, resting on the left ear. What we're going to do now is use that right hand to push or support, depending on how tired you are or tight you are. Bend your right knee and roll it on over. If it's awkward for your head, you could also put a block under your head or a little pillow. But relax your head, really heavy on the floor. This hand is pushing you deeper on your exhale or supporting you so you don't go back onto your stomach, depending on how tight you are. So every exhale, try to release and relax. Get length through that left arm. You might feel some bicep. That's great. But certainly you're going to feel some chest, anterior shoulder, and a nice spinal twist. Sometimes people say their fingers fall asleep. It's not dangerous. We're not here for a really long time. But that's just telling you that those muscles in the front of the shoulder and the bicep are a little tight and they're pushing down on the blood flow a little bit. If it becomes uncomfortable, just lessen the stretch a little, but don't come out all the way. You're okay, and we're almost done. We got 10 seconds. Okay. Again, coming out nice and easy, and maybe just resting in Sphinx pose on your elbows. So what I'm going to tell you is the alternate version of this for pitchers. It's a little bit of a different angle for the arm. We're not going to do it, but try them both and see which one's better for you. And maybe certain days one's better, but just knowing that you have options here. So onto your stomach, instead of the arm being straight out from your shoulder in line with your eyes, it's a little lower, so it's directly out of my shoulder joint now, and my elbow's a 90-degree angle, my palm flat on the floor. We're stretching the right shoulder, so you rest on your right ear. All the rules the same, except it will be a lot harder to push over in this side. So go very slow, don't push as much as you did in the straight arm version, and you would just go here, trying to relax that shoulder into the floor. So you could add that, or you could use it as an alternate. Okay, so we're going to go to the next one, which is supported fish pose. So why did I choose supported fish pose is because I work with a lot of pitchers, and the tendency I see, especially younger pitchers these days, is more of that tech neck, tech back problem. You're on computers, you're on video games and phones, and the posture tends to be like this. If the posture is closed even a little bit in the front of that shoulder or the spine, you are limiting the amount of extension in your back and the amount that you can bring the arm back to pitch. So if I'm here, and I'm exaggerating it obviously, and I want to go and bring my arm back, it gets stuck here. My back is going to have to overwork. Everything's going to overwork. It won't have that finesse and ease that you see in the pros. Even some pros need this as well, most of them. So if we have a lot of extension in the back, even if we're tight here, the back is going to help us a lot, but we're still going to get locked here. But if we have a lot of extension in the back, open in the front of the shoulders, we can do exactly what we need to get done. This one is great because you just get to release and relax. Okay, we're going to come to seated. You're going to I will give you a pass the first couple times you do it. You could have the block flat, but no, it's most effective when the block is face up like this. It's going to go directly under your spine. Now, don't jam the block up right up against your back, because when you go back, it just kills your back. It hurts, and not in a stretchy way, in an actual pain where the block is cutting you off. So it's about 4 or 5 inches away from your back, and you may need to adjust it. Every day could be different. You're going to keep that right on your spine. As you go back, what is a non-negotiable is that your butt must stay down. Do not do this. I see that all the time with people. It means you're tight. It means you need this even more. Your body from the waist down is very heavy into the floor. Now, in a perfect world, you'd come back, your butt is on the floor, and your head touches like this. We're not always in a perfect world, so we're going to take the other block. Some people need the block like this in the beginning. some like this, but for most of you, you'll be able to make the block lay flat. And then bring it back, start the timer, and open it up. All you're doing is letting gravity do the work for you here. Breathing. Feel the lengthening and traction in your spine. Now, I want you to focus your breath here. Inhaling from lower belly, through the belly button, up over that center block, out through the top of your head. So we're getting length and traction in the spine. Getting a little extension. Sorry. On the exhale, heart center is out through the top of your shoulder, down your arms, palms face up. So weigh heavy into the ground, into the block. And in time, this is another one you'll add time to and try to do for 5 minutes or more. Today, just 2 minutes. There's not anyone on the planet that won't benefit from this one for sure. Deep breathing up over the block, inhale, chest center out through the arms on the exhale. Shake out the legs every now and then so you know you're not gripping. Don't come out of this one until I tell you how. Really works best with blocks, so try to make that investment and get some blocks. So to come out, slowly just tip yourself over into fetal position. And I promise you, or maybe not, you might feel a moment in time as you come off where you're like, oh no, oh no, oh no, just go. You're safe. You were not overstretched. You're just overly tight. And your body's reacting now and going back. So just take your time. And then once you feel okay, we're going to come on up to seated. And we're going to go into the last stretch that I chose for pitchers. And that's to open up the wrists for obvious reasons. I mean, I don't even have to tell you how flexible, supple, open we need the forearms to keep the elbows safe, the wrists safe, and the grip strength strong. All those fingers are constantly working with different grips, so it's important. What we're going to do here is a little different. We're going to keep alternating. So every 30 seconds, we're going to alternate the stretch. So I'm just going to describe to you how to do the stretch first, and then I'm just going to say switch. So you're onto your hands and knees, and notice that if you want to add some abs to the game, you could be in plank, but really our focus is wrists. We're going to start with the fingertips all the way up against the middle fingertip, all the way up against the knee. So this is pretty much least case scenario, okay? You're going to feel biceps, elbows, wrists, forearms. Hopefully, you can walk the hands out until they're as close to being 90 degrees as possible. And also know that your wrists, or your wrists are shoulder width apart. So they're not really wide, they're not really close and closed up, okay? Right underneath you, right shoulder width apart. Look at your fingers, equal space between each finger, okay? That way we know we're getting palms really good every angle that we possibly can with our wrists. And if this is good, you don't walk out further, you just peel the wrist back a little bit till the base of the wrist comes off the floor. So knowing where your spot is, set the timer for 2 minutes, keep it right under your face. Both hands are in neutral position facing forward. Let's start the clock, turn the right wrist around. So don't sink in, push the floor away. I can lean back a little and peel that wrist joint off the floor. Really is nice and juicy. Make sure you have equal space between each finger. Okay, deep breath in, big exhale, all fingers strong and straight. Lean forward, unwind it, and other side, switch. So like we said with the shoulders, even though you only pitch with one arm, we want to make sure both sides are open and strong. Shoulders out of the ears. Long, long, long arm. Deep breath in. Lean forward, unwind, and first side, second time. Push the floor away. You don't want to peel all the way back either, although if you do have tight fingers, you'll find an angle which you know is useful for you. Okay, nice deep breath in, big deep inhale, exhale. Lean it forward, and last time, second side. Go ahead, lean forward, unwind, and then come to seated. So those are my top 3 yoga stretches for pitchers. However, pitchers are going to get a little bonus. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to the outfielders video and learn to do pigeon pose. We did focus on the waist up for pitchers in this video, but we all know that the power comes from the waist down. So go to that pigeon video in the outfielders. And not to mention that just because you're a pitcher and you came here, I want you to look at every video that I did, no matter what position it's for, because you can find a stretch in there that really helps you personally and better your game and your pitching strategy. So look at them all. Your bonus is pigeon pose. You could also go to the pose books and learn how to do it in a lot of my videos, and I'll see you next time.